Howdy y'all, my name is Bryce and welcome back to some more Slime Rancher 2! Oh y'all, I am such a silly goose. Once again, I just read some of y'all's comments. I'm always like an episode behind now, alright? So I just read the comments from like episode, what, 13? And this is episode, I don't know, episode 14 and now this is episode 16, something like that, I don't know. But I saw y'all's comments. And then I laughed at myself once again because I apparently spent all this time getting bat plorts to take over to a locked bat key thing, a locked plort key, and yeah, I just completely forgot to take him over there. So we will do that. I hope. I can't promise anything clearly, but yeah, classic Price moments, huh? That's what we come here for. So there's that, and I think there was even one more, and I can't even think about that right now. Oh, someone had asked about my 2 o'clock alarm, and apparently I hadn't actually finished talking about my 2 o'clock alarm. It's a very simple thing. It's where you have the timer go off, and you use that moment as a moment of self-reflection. So you just sort of stop, and the way I do it is I ask myself, how am I feeling? Like I ask it in my head now. I don't have to ask it outside of my head now. And then, you know, just sort of like a mental check-in. And it really helps to force yourself to reflect on yourself. Because a lot of us just kind of get so ahead of ourselves that we don't think about where we fit in our current, you know, actions, right? It's just actions need to be done. Things need to happen. It's not, why am I doing this? How does it make me feel? Am I fulfilled? That kind of stuff. You know, it's basically like, hey, let me force myself into a deep existential conversation in the middle of a day. And that's fine. Oh, that's right. We need a bunch of jellystone. I think that was something that we realized for several of these. We got this portal, though. So we actually have both of those portals, which means I can actually go do this super fast. So let's go check on our other slimes, and I will grab some bat plorts, and we'll just pop out and grab that real quick. I also love, so the last episode that I got out, y'all will see I will have rectified my mistake, but several episodes ago I had said like, oh, I got the last of the Gordos, we got all the Gordos. And it turns out I had yet to have gotten the Angler Gordo on this file. I figure what must have happened is I got it on the, in the stream, when we did the free range challenge, and I must have just forgotten that that was the one I had it in, not this file. So now we've got it in this file. We're good. All the Gordos are grabbed. We have that key thing. That's right. We have the new info key for the what do you call them? For the drones. So I think that that's something that we'll definitely want to keep an eye on. We'll start looking at those. Like we know that there's one up on this side. We saw the one on the other side, but there's one up on this side. And there may be more around. I can't quite remember, but we'll eventually get to them all. But like I said, one of these days I would love to do some like lore stuff where we really try and look into the lore and really break down what the story is. It's not going to be today's. That's one of those later ons, like when we're doing decorations and really just focusing on like making this world our special little world. I think until then, we're going to mostly be focused on let's get all the equipment, let's set up our place the way we want to have it. Let's throw a bunch of these, but not all of them. Actually, there's bats on the other side. Right? Isn't that where I have like boom baddies? Let me go double check. I think I have other bats regardless. I'm throwing stuff in here. I don't remember how much of each plort I have, but I figured I might as well put a bunch in here. Yeah, we need puddles, crystals. I mean, like we have all these things. I just need to put them in here. Kind of like I've said before, just like as an excuse to A, get rid of these, and B, build up. Oh, I should go check on the chickens. Y'all were telling me, someone was telling me about how like somebody got like an incredible amount, something dangerously funny, I think, apparently got an incredible amount of, what do you call them, hens into like a corral or something. I haven't checked it out yet, but I have seen Dangerously Funny's videos in the past, some of their Stardew stuff. So definitely think they're doing great work over there. You know, it's funny. I don't usually Y'all usually watch YouTube channels that I've never even heard of, but when it comes to Slime Rancher, I know everybody y'all are talking about. A lot of y'all are mentioning Blitz. Blitz has been seeing some stuff, so that's cool. That's cool. Good to know. Everybody's been having a good time. There we go. There we go. Okay, we got all those now. Bats look good. Let's grab some of these. Like, might as well fill it up, right? Sell most of them. So I'm guessing when we go over there, it's just going to be a treasure pod. That's my guess. But I mean, that gets us a little bit closer to the full because we still have a lot that we need to get, right? What else do I want to get done today? Just trying to think. I should feed both of these sets of critters. Okay, here y'all go. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, whoops. So I think we'll do some more exploring probably in the Ember Valley again. We'll be gathering resources again. I'll be setting up my refinery links and all that kind of stuff as best I can. And then, you know, that'll be, I think, kind of the focus is we're slowly getting into the let's make this a little bit easier for us to get around and do things, you know? Because that's eventually where I want to be frequently is that we like, okay, now we can zoom around the map and really focus on things. Still need to get more fire slimes for that. Okay, let's go put all this stuff. Oh, let's grab y'all's as well. Because I actually need to make another set of flutter slimes, I think. We've only got this one. I'm not making enough flutter plorts, I feel like. As I should. Same with crystals, to be honest. Maybe it's because I just don't come out this way a lot. So maybe over in the chicken zone, we should make a couple more. The hen zone. Come on. Come on. We should make a couple more crystal type slimes and maybe flutter type slimes. I don't want to do the same exact set again, but you know what I mean. Let's quickly... gonna sell a few of them. But like money-wise, we're doing fine, right? So it's like, we don't have to really worry about it that much. Okay. And there. Okay. And then the rest of these, let's go throw in here. We'll keep one bat plort price. A single solitary bat plort must rest in your inventory for all of time. Until it is used. Okay. And there we go. And there we go. And there we go. Okay. So, oh, goodness. All right. So, what's new in the world? Well, big thing happened just the other day, and I'm sure every single one of you knows all about this. They dropped the trailer for the Mario movie. And of course, this has been a big talking point in the world of gaming and YouTubers and whatnot. Because of, you know, the changes. Specifically, the voice of Mario is a little different than what we all expected. But I will say, the movie looks gorgeous. It absolutely looks wonderful. I cannot wait to see it. I think it's the kind of Mario movie that I had always wanted as a kid, where it's just a straight-up Mario movie. You got Bowser, you got Mario, you got all the pieces. You got Toad. Toad's up in there. He's like, wah! Toad sounds like Toad. Bowser sounds like Bowser, but Mario does not sound like Mario, which is unfortunate. Because we all gotten used to the voice of Mario over the past, well, for me, like 30 years. But you know, we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. You might get used to it. We'll see. I'm hopeful. I still think that no matter what, the movie will be great regardless of that, or at least it feels like it will be. I can't say for sure. Oh, boy. They're multiplying. They're markipliying. It's just gonna move you all around. Okay, well. Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot of chickens. Anything over here? I know there's not gonna be any, like, treasure pods, but, you know, could be cute little stuff. Okay, it's a little choppy over here, but not choppy enough for me to be like, okay, we gotta deal with this problem. We'll see where it goes. Again, I've said this before. If this ends up catastrophically destroying this file, it's fine. We start over again. We're in Slime Rancher 2 for the long haul, y'all. Ooh, that's a good... I like that. Long haul, y'all. Oh, look, there's a a message over there. I promise we're going to go to the gate. I promise we're going to go to the gate. I'm saying this more for myself than y'all, by the way. Oh, and I forgot to go check on the puddles because we opened up the what is it called? It's the tide pools. It always takes me a second. Over here in Oregon, we have tide pools on the coast. It's kind of the big thing when you go visit the coast when you're a kid, like for science class stuff. Is the tide pools. It's where you learn a lot about kind of sea life and stuff. Mochi, what's up? Hello, Beatrix. Guess who's the luckiest person in the galaxy? Is it me? Is it me because you're going to give me something? You are, because you're going to get a gift from the Mochi Miles. I'll let that sink in. Go ahead. Sit if you need to. Root arches. Ooh, okay. I dig that. We could do some stuff with that over by the big root tree. Hey, B. I know it's silly, but I worry about the hard work you do out there all on your own. So I sent you a little care package. Hope it gives you a little extra. Get up and go. Oh, all right. Aw, rainbow grass. Okay, loving it, loving it. We will want to start making that stuff. I just kind of want to look at what it costs. Let's see. First off, what do these cost again? Phosphorus, brines, and jellystone. Easy. Oh, these are cheap. It's the jellystone and the deep brine, but that just means I need to spend a lot of time in the starter zone. But that's easy. Jellystone as well, and that's it. So the home portals, this is where I need to think about where do I want each of these. So the yellow one is in the Amber Valley already, or Ember Valley, I always say Amber. And that's there, which if we're going to be building multiples, like if I'm going to be able to put one here and one here, then like, or I guess not here because that's there. So like maybe up in here somewhere. Then we've got kind of all the areas covered. And so I don't necessarily need to move that one. So we're not going to mess with that one yet. Again, same thing here. If I could get one on this side and one on this side, to be honest, that's basically where you need it. Or maybe up on the beach side. Basically in the areas where it's like, otherwise we're having to like fly around and do all kinds of stuff. So like one on the ground by this refinery is honestly probably not a bad idea. Having them near the refineries isn't necessarily a bad idea. Although it's like, if you're going home, why not just go home then? Okay, so let's head out. Oh, why did I go down here in the first place? Oh, goodness me. I can't see anything past the last 3 seconds. That's the refinery. Okay, so many decorations. Oh, I love it. Okay, a lot of them, it's okay. It's basic resources and then plorts. So we'll be able to make pretty much all of these, no problem. We have two tiers. Okay. Bunch of the slimes, all right? We can add them to the groups of others. Ooh, this ashwood. See, okay, here's all the stuff we're going to be putting all over the lava zones, right? Sunfire daisies, cinder spike blossoms, so many of them. These ones can go into like the tide pools and stuff. Coastal rock pillars could as well, I guess. Flowers all over Rainbow Island. That's what's happening there. All right, scroll back up. The different trees have different locations that we know where they all go. Mushrooms, there's mushroom forests, areas that we've seen. We know we've got the bonsai over here. We've seen plenty of those. We're going to make one of these mushrooms, okay? Just one. And when we're out there, we'll put it down somewhere, and we'll see what it looks like. We'll slowly build out the world. Because I've told y'all, I think it would be awesome once we're done kind of getting everything set up, once we've unlocked all the treasure pods, let's go out and decorate the world. Let's make it more full, more lush. Let's have the most beautiful world of Slime Rancher 2 that you can possibly have. Because I think that that's a step that I've never been able to accomplish in any of the Slime Rancher games. When I say any of them, this one and the old one. But that I've always wanted to. I've talked about it numerous times in the past. Like, let's go decorate. And then I just sort of like, I don't know, I get in my head and I stop playing and stuff. I've told y'all, you know, the YouTubers cycle. Hoping that now with, you know, everything that has changed in my life that I've actually got it going on. And I'm really enjoying this so much that I think it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, here we go. And I think that y'all are having fun with it too, so heck yeah. Yeah, by the way, thank y'all so much for being here, like on the daily. I really appreciate it. So many of y'all are here every day, leaving comments, and it means the world to me. Speaking of which, everybody out there, please leave comments, like, subscribe. All right, there, let's grab this. What do we got? It's gotta be a good one, right? Ooh! Heck yeah, that's a good one. Oh man, no wonder y'all were mad at me. Well, we're going right back home. Heck yes! More storage space? You telling me I'm gonna be able to do 50? 50? All right. I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna look for some jellystone, and then we're gonna go build a bigger tank. Oh yeah! Okay, so we're back to looking for jellies. I feel like last time we were looking for jellystone as well, so it's gonna be like a little sparse. Might have to come back in a few in-game days. But I'm so happy we got that storage cell. Oh man, no wonder y'all were like, Price, please. Because I'm sure some of y'all knew, and then others you were just like, you literally went to go get that. It's the one reason that you got those and then you didn't use them. And you're right. And you're right. I love that all of y'all were like, and ADHD rears its ugly head again. It's all right. It's fun, right? It gives me excuses to go and do things multiple times, okay? The ADHD makes the series longer. It's like absence makes the heart grow fonder. ADHD makes the series longer. Goodness me. We definitely have gotten this, right? Like, I'd be shocked if I hadn't gotten anything that's down here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is always a good deep brine spot, or usually. Huh? Can we get up? We can. No! Get down! The domination has begun! Come with me if you want to live. Like here. That's probably a safer spot for you. Okay. Let's find... So, like... How many are we left on here? 2 more treasure pods. Let's take some time. I don't have to be back at the base right away. Right? Like, it's not like there's anything urgent. We just have the storage cell thing, but it's not like I'm going to grab 50 jellystones. Okay, so it seems like we're mostly... The areas we've been have not regenerated. So let's just go ahead and go back. Maybe I even sleep. I have not slept in this game for a while, but I do think that that helps for the generation of resources. Because, like, it tells the game, all right, we have this amount of time to do a wipe, essentially. Okay. You know, I don't know that that's the case. All right, I just want to be clear. I don't know that. I'm just assuming that. But you don't ever want to just make assumptions and then assume them to be correct. But I guess that's what assuming is. Oh, boy, I'm going in a little circle here, a little pickle. Okay. Tank size. Where are we at? We're done with it is what we are. Boom. Bigger boxes. Okay. So now we can hold up to 50 in each, which is amazing. So, yeah, I think I would like to spend some time out in the Rainbow Island. We will hunt for those last 2 treasure pods and a bunch of jellystone. And we'll see kind of where that gets us. I'm going to have to be very slow and thorough and methodical over there in the Rainbow Island, which are words that I don't think anyone has ever used to describe Price. But no worries. There's a first time for everything. Did you get out? No, your tail's just big. Look at you with your tail. Sticking it out, being all like, look at my tail, pinkies. That's so rude. That's so rude. Why are you so rude to the pinkies? Okay, y'all are good. Let me, let's 50 up this inventory. It's so interesting because it's only 10 more slots than before, but it's going to be such a significant help as we go forward. Okay, so what else is going on in my world? Like I said, you know, it's Halloween. Chrissy and I watch a lot of horror movies. If you're a fan of horror, one that I would suggest, shocker to me, because the first one, in my opinion, was kind of, all right. But usually when an all right movie is the first movie, then the sequels are like garbage. The new Orphan movie, if any of y'all have seen the movie Orphan, it was all right. Came out, gosh, I don't even know, a while ago. It's not a super recent movie. Like maybe within the last decade. Probably within the last decade. Yeah. In my head, I'm like, it's probably been somewhere in the last decade, maybe. I'm guessing, last 10 years. So there's a sequel that just came out called Orphan First Kill. So it's like a prequel, basically. It's actually pretty dang good. There's I don't want to spoil anything about what happens, but Chrissy and I both, at one point in the movie, we went like, oh. And like suddenly we were like in. We were in. So if you've maybe been thinking about it, if you've kind of had your eye on it, maybe give it a look. It also helped. We have Paramount Plus, and it's for free on there. You have to pay for it on everything else, like Amazon and stuff. We will sleep until morning. Everything's going to be very hungry. We'll go check on our other slimes too. Good morning. But this way, hopefully the resources have rebuilt, like I said before. So yeah, so that's what we watched last night. I think last episode I talked about everything else that we've been watching. Tonight, it's October 7th today, and a bunch of movies like just came out today. Specifically, from Marvel, there is Werewolf by Night. I completely forgot this was a thing they were doing, but I remember reading about it. Werewolf by Night looks like it's being done in a kind of 1950s, 1960s horror movie throwback, like the black and white horror movies. So like late 50s, early 60s. Maybe even back into no, not into the 40s. It was like the 50s. So you have these old black and white horror movies, right? And it sort of looks like it's kind of playing off of that feel. But then it's got, Marvel characters, like Werewolf by Night is a Marvel character who in the past has appeared alongside Blade and a bunch of other of the Marvel Midnight Suns. Morbius is another one of those. Blade, big time one. Ghost Rider has been a Midnight Sun. Basically all the spooky characters of Marvel have kind of had a run as a Midnight Sun. So I'm excited for that. I'm very excited for that. And that's what I love is that this Halloween, maybe it's just because I've been so busy with other stuff. I've been more in my head doing other things. There's been so many movies that Chrissy and I have been like, oh, that's new. What is that? Oh, look at that. What's that? Like, that's not normal for me. Usually I know every horror movie that's coming out, and like I've already read about it for months. Because I'm that kind of person. I ruin, I wouldn't say ruin, but I read a lot about movies ahead of time, so I tend to go into them knowing a lot. And every now and then there's movies where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to know anything about that. I don't want to watch trailers. I don't want to do anything because I don't want to ruin it for me in any way. So I think that I forgot that I had done that because a lot of these movies I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember reading about Werewolf by Night. The other one that also dropped today that I'm super excited for, they did a new Hellraiser, specifically like a Hellraiser reboot. If you're a horror fan, you probably, even if you're not a horror fan, you're probably familiar with Hellraiser just in terms of the character, Pinhead. Also, my apologies if you don't like horror movies and I talk a lot about horror. Hopefully, at least I'm not talking about it in a way that's scary, because I'm just talking about them as movies. But Hellraiser is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, horror movies. I think it's pretty dang... Why do I have those in there? I think it's a pretty dang perfect horror movie in terms of the way that it like captures the feeling it wants to capture, and the characters are interesting and terrifying, but not necessarily in a jump scare way. A lot of people nowadays talk about how like jump scares just don't do anything for them, right? They're like, jump scares, boo, which I definitely get. It's valid because it's cheap, right? A jump scare, it gets you at a core level, like a survival level, but it doesn't necessarily actually terrify you, right? I like scares and things that like it messes with your head, where you're like, oh, wait, what? Oh, man, right? So Hellraiser kind of falls in that zone. Like it's almost what would be called cosmic horror. Cosmic horror has to do with things that are like beyond your understanding. So a lot of like Lovecraft stuff is cosmic horror, like Cthulhu and things like that. And so I really love cosmic horror. That's like my favorite because it asks these questions that are impossible to answer and are almost terrifying to even think about. Which, I don't know, for me, I find that absolutely incredible and interesting and fascinating and terrifying. So, Hellraiser, super excited for that. There's definitely differences about it, so it's not a remake, it's definitely a reboot, which I think is for the better. The original is a classic. It has some of the best practical special effects you'll ever see. For those who are unaware what practical special effects are, that just means like real life special effects, puppets, makeup, things like that, where it's a person wearing a suit or a person puppeting a thing, right? The thing that they're using exists physically in the real world. That's what a practical effect is, rather than CG, computer-generated effects. So, the original Hellraiser, in my opinion and in many people's opinion, has some of the best practical effects of any movie. And as a result, you shouldn't try and compete with that in CG. There's a thing about CG stuff. CG's great. It's fantastic especially for like lower budget films to be able to do high budget things because it's becoming cheaper now to get. It allows you to do things that are just kind of larger than life, bigger than you could possibly imagine. So there are certain things that CG is absolutely perfect for. I just want to check on the chickens. All right, we're definitely getting some frame rate slowdown, but we're still okay. So yeah, I think it was a good move not to try and recreate that movie because the tone is wild and the effects are incredible. And if you tried to do it in CG, it wouldn't compare simply because there are things about practical effects where it's like the imperfections make it perfect. And also, I don't need the bat ports anymore. I was like, wait, I need to hold on to one. And also, let's throw all these in the thing, actually, because I think I said I needed more crystals and flutters. And then over time, as film quality gets better, as you go from, say, 1080p to 4K, and next it'll be like 4K to like 8K or whatever. Every one of those generations, the quality of previous CG goes down because you can see the differences, right? Frame rates go up. You get these greater increases of bit depth, so you can see areas that in the past had been like blurred over just by like the quality of what film looks like, of what the film, and especially the digital film that's used nowadays. I say digital film, quote unquote, just like recording digitally. And so when you upscale that, right, with digital stuff, it becomes very clear where the issues are, because it's like, just imagine when you take like a compressed JPEG and zoom in. What do you got? You got those compression lines, right? You got those little artifacts, the anti-aliasing and stuff. So that causes, it to be very clear, like, oh, this is old CG. Go back and watch any movie from like the early 2000s or the late 90s that heavily relies on CG. I think The Matrix are good examples, like The Matrix, the later ones, where the CG is really good in many places, and yet you can still see it. Even in the good places, you're like, it's a little rough. But it's in the later ones. In the first Matrix movie, everything pretty much looks perfect, because there was way more practical effects. Were more practical effects. Anyway, I'm just saying it was smart of them not to try and do that. It was smart of them to instead be like, let's make a completely different story, but with the same elements. And so that's what I'm really excited for. I'm also a big fan of practical effects. I'm not just a fan of Hellraiser, which, like I said, potentially my favorite horror movie, definitely on my list of tops. But I also am a big fan of practical effects in general. When I was younger, I loved to do like stop motion movies using my action figures with my buddy Chad. And that was a ton of fun. Just love the creativity of it. Like just getting to create these stories and these worlds and things. Tons of fun. And, that's a very practical thing, right? It's not CG animation. That's physical animation. I loved the TV show Face Off. If any of y'all have seen Face Off, it was a reality show for makeup artists. So for makeup artists for films, basically, right? So you're making a monster, or you're trying to make somebody look like someone else or whatever. So it was a competition show, and I absolutely loved it because you have these people basically like making these incredible monsters and villains and creatures and all kinds of things. Oh, hey. And I just love it. The creativity to that. You know, I've always been an artist. I've taken art classes since I was a child. I've been drawing since I was like 3. Ever since they could put a pencil or a pen in my hand, I've been using it. And I still love doing it to this day. I do it way less than I should because for me it's incredibly therapeutic. But yeah, so I dig it from that perspective too, because there's a lot of sculpting involved. There's a lot of like reinterpretation of shapes and colors and things. And I think that, you know, amongst art, I find that to be kind of the most exciting and interesting things. I don't have the thing. I thought I had it. Unless it's a different button in this one. Is it? Q and E. Forward, back, right, jump, sprint. Back, shoot, map, pulse is Q. Okay, I can't change that. Oh, but I can't do it here either. Oh no! I guess I don't have the pulse? I'm confused. I must not have gotten it. I thought I'd bought everything. I'm trying. All right, well, whatever. We will, I will figure that out a little bit later. So anyway, yeah, back to it. Basically, big fan of practical effects. If you've never seen it and you have the opportunity, check out the TV show Face Off. I think it's on Sci-Fi. So I don't know. If you have the ability to watch that, I don't. But I did way back in the day. And it's just something that I always suggest to people if they've never seen it, because it's the kind of thing that I feel like even if it's a reality show from like 15 years ago or something, it's one that just focuses on the artistry. The first season is the only one that has like any of the reality TV drama stuff. And then later on, it's pretty much just like everybody's working on these things. They get upset with each other a little bit whenever they're like on a team and someone's not pulling their weight or something. But, you know, that's pretty reasonable. So they've kind of shied away. Later on, after the first season, they really shied away from all that drama, like people living together and getting mad at each other because like, oh, you know, why you guys always got to do this, right? So, anyway, really appreciate it. Hey, Jellystone. For a split second, I thought that was a treasure pod, and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Okay. So, I feel like I've spent a lot of time over in this region searching for stuff. I know that I've been, like, all around this place, but we're going to keep on doing it. Just like... to get perspective, right? It's always good. Ooh, to get a new perspective. That was close. Okay. Let's go around. Ooh, I just had a thought. Wouldn't it be interesting? I don't think this is the case in this, but wouldn't it be interesting if like certain treasure pods and things only appeared in day or night, right? Maybe things could open or close. Like, ooh, here's one. Slime Rancher team. Here's one for you. What about flowers that only open like at night? You know, you have the nectar ones, right? But what if you had like big ones? And inside of those, there could be treasure pods, or there could be maybe special slimes only come out of those. Like a little seedling slime or something, or like I call it like a bud slime. It's like a little flower bud. I don't know. Anyway, kind of like the nectar ones, how they only produce nectar like at night. Wouldn't it be neat if there was like either like a Gordo or a flower or something that could do that? All right, I saw the Jellystone over there, and then we're going to kind of come back and zoom around in this area. We're taking our time, y'all. I want to do my best to try and find these things on my own before I just resign myself to looking them up. And I think that means we're going to do another pass or two at each one of these. Like, it's not like we're hurting for anything, especially now that I got the bigger backpack thing. I feel like that was probably the most significant thing I was missing. Maybe not, but at least as far as what I need right now. Ooh, this looks promising. Darn it! How dare you, previous me, do the things that me of now would like to be doing. Okay, nothing over there. That's where I came from. Anything? Okay, there's nothing inside of there. It's like I'm wondering if it's like one of those ones where I'm gonna have to like jump off a cliff and then go underneath. It could also be like, my thinking is like it could be in this area or this area. I feel like when I go into here, I don't spend a ton of time exploring things. Let's go ahead and put all this stuff away. 18 brine? I wasn't even paying attention. That's awesome. Even though I haven't found as much jellystone as I would like. Man, oh man, on the brine. Have I ever gotten on top of this? I don't think I have, actually. Oh, don't go up there. Like, this feels like a good treasure pod spot. Obviously it ain't, but feels like a good one. Or over here, I feel like, well, no, I go up there from time to time. Just like, again, different perspectives, different perspectives. All right, can I get on top of that? No, I don't think so. Well, let's get some brine. Why not? We're right here. Okay, like I said, we're going to circle around in this area a bit. Looking all, like, we got to make sure, like, look everywhere, you know? Look, flipping everywhere. Okay. And we know that there's one around this corner. This is where one was. More deep brine. So because we've seen that one, you know, that immediately makes me think, okay, we've gotten all the ones over here, right? That's my mindset with these, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's true. These are, again, assumptions, all right? There's an old phrase that my mom used to say about assumptions. I'm not going to say it here, so I like to keep the language fully PG if I can. But I think some of y'all who are older, you might know what I'm talking about. Okay. I would love it if I could switch the pulse thing. Obviously, it looks like I don't have the pulse yet, so I will. We'll look into what that's going to cost. I could have sworn I got it because I thought I had upgraded everything I could. Oh, hey. Let's read the key things. I haven't been thinking about that. Accessing the GG archive. I just found my first slime fossil. Ooh, slime fossils. Slime fossils. That means sabers or maybe something else. It looks like such a happy little thing. You know, we still have no idea how these are formed. We can travel across the stars in the blink of an eye, but we don't know how this goofy face ends up in a rock. I think that's quite reassuring, really. I'm glad this world still has its mysteries to share. Wait, are they saying that these are fossils? Are they saying that the stone slimes are fossils of slimes? I thought they were statues. I thought they were statues built by a long-forgotten civilization. Are you telling me these are actually slimes? These are Gordos that were trapped in stone? Well, that's horrifying. That's horrifying. Am I wrong? That feels like that's exactly what they're saying. Because when they said fossils, I thought, oh, you know, little fossils, like saber fossils, right? Like in the previous one, where it's like, oh, we've never seen full sabers, but we've got their little descendants, and then it's like, oh, you know, slime fossil. Maybe you can get like a pure saber or something like that. But maybe not. Maybe not. All right, let's do a quick zoom out. Don't think there's anything there. There was one there, so there's definitely not going to be any like just around here. Okay. Because now I'm like, okay, is there another slime door somewhere that I've missed? You know? One of the plort keyholes. Okay. Every now and then I have to stop myself and say, no, look everywhere, Price. Look everywhere. Oh, that was such a good spot, too. Okay. So, let's... You know what? Where's a chicken? Is there a hen around here? If I can find one. I want to keep one on me for potential gold or hens. Let's grab some fruit. That should work on the gold. Y'all told me that it's food that matters. Oh, and I want to ask this question because I haven't gone back and actually watched the episodes. Did my double gold plort make it into the episode? I don't remember if it did. I think it might be in the lost footage, but maybe not. Maybe it did make it in and y'all know. But what happened was, if it did happen, then y'all already know, and this is review, but it was still cool. I grabbed one of those little pots that you can break. Hey, rude, bud. I grabbed one of those little pots that you can break. I shot it against a wall. A gold slime popped out and some food did. He immediately exploded into 2 plorts. Like immediately. It was like gold slime. Like it made the sound, like the shimmering sound. And then boom, gone. Like pop, immediately. It was rad though. Like instant 2 gold plorts. So I don't know if that footage made it in. If it didn't, gosh darn it. Hopefully it did though. I really, let me know. Let me know down below if that made it. Because if not, gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. That's too bad. Because what a moment. I really hope it did. I really hope it did. Oh. Like, I know I just saw the one in there, but... do I should be able to see it if there's anything there, right? I don't think there's anything in there. Oh, man, I'm tempted, though. There's a little spot down there I could land on, I think. Oh. Oh, God. Oh, gosh. I don't think there's anything there. Okay, land on a thing. Oh, gosh. All right, maybe on that. I mean, there was the one down there, so again, I'm like, ooh, would they put another one so close? They might. Because, I mean, the area, at the end of the day, this area is small enough that they're going to have to kind of pack them in. But, I mean, we've done a pretty good job of looking around. Oh, gosh. Okay, yep, let's keep going up then. Flying around. Because, like, I'm looking... oh, look at that! Look at that! Okay. Ooh! Almost fell. Okay, one more. One more in this zone. Where could you be, little one? Where could you be? Oh! Slipped there a little bit. Wasn't necessarily trying to do that. Okay. Okay. So, one more. Uno mas. Gotta look around. Dude, I'm not ready for your anginess, okay? Don't be so angy, and we're cool. Dude, the whole slime fossil revelation, if I'm reading that correctly, how terrifying. So we got the one up there, right? I'm 90% sure we got the one all the way at the top. I really hope we did, because I don't want to have to climb up there again. So yeah, it was one of these guys. It was one of these guys. I went, bam! Gold slime popped out. It ate 2 food, or it ate a food at least, but it turned into 2 gosh darn plorts. It was amazing. It was amazing. Just one of those moments where I was like, this is never going to happen again. Okay. Yay, Jellystone. I thought it might have respawned by this point. So yeah, I think maybe sleeping does help to accelerate. Well, I mean, I guess, of course, it does because it moves you forward in time. But I think also maybe it does help with just, like, in general resetting things. But yeah, anyway, Slime Rancher devs out there, if you're watching, take any of the ideas that we got here. We just want the game to grow. Okay. Let's move along. Nothing right down here. Okay. We'll keep looking just a little bit. Just like, okay. Where, oh, where could this treasure pod be? Oh, where can it be? Just like looking at all the like walls now, like where's a hole? Where's a hole that I haven't seen? Like over here, I think I wouldn't be surprised if there was something over here because this is like a later area that I discovered, even though it's so close to the beginning. So like I could see there being something here that I hadn't seen yet. Like let's, can't go under there? Okay. Oh, I was hoping. But I mean, I know I've been over this way, so it's not like the whole thing. Yeah, that's the way back. This way down to the dock. I remember looking over here and we were like, ah, man, it feels like there should be one, but there ain't. Lots of deep brine, though. I feel like when we've come over here, there's always been one. Okay, let's kind of get a little view over here. That's not a cave, is it? No, I saw a little indent there, and I was like, could be something, could be something. All right. Oh, man, I love this game so much. Legitimately, just running around like this is already just a ton of fun for me, just like looking at stuff. Oh, so let's look around. So, like, this is what I'm thinking, right? Spots like this, you know, we could put, like, a tree of some sort there. In these pathways, I think we would put, this is where we would put flowers, because we got several different kinds of flowers. So in the way, like if it's in the path, we put flowers, and if it's on the edges, we put like trees or things like that, bigger things. I think that that's a, I think that that is a good way of doing that. Gosh, wherever this is, it's going to be in the weirdest place. But we're going to still look for a little bit today. Before I resign myself, and then we go just build things with these jelly stones that we got. It's nice when you can get like these side views, so you should really take advantage of them to like look along the edges. Because if you, I mean, when we're over here in the Starlight Strand, how many of these have been like underneath something, right? Like you go out and there's like a flat area, and then like you have to like go way underneath it, you know? I feel like there's a lot of those over there. Okay, just looking into the side of the mountains, and then let's like look inside this rock and, you know, really take every piece of the environment that we can and kind of circle around it and, you know, really mark it off that list. Okay. So I saw that brine out there. I think that it's just on a normal spot, but let's... Oh, okay. We're going to go up here, and then we'll go down there, because maybe that's a spot I don't go to because it's, like, low, but near these areas where I only go high. Stop. Jump. Thank you. Oh, no, it's here. I've been here, right? Nothing inside of you, is there? Hey, rude. Go back from whence you came. Get a good attitude. Boo. Boo. Okay. I mean, we're getting a ton of resources, though, so I can't really knock it. What's back there? Let's go give this a try. Have I gotten up there? I have to have. I have to have. This is too big of an area for me to have just ignored. Oh, it's this spot. Right, right. Have I really checked around here? I forgot to check around up top. I looked below, but I totally forgot to check up top. And it looked like there was a thing around the back, which actually, now that I think about it, I've been to, and there is one there, and I've already gotten it. But that doesn't mean I've fully explored this portal area. Right? They would totally put something in a corner, just like right in front of you. Okay, so if I go back out here, I'm like 90% sure it's the one where up there there's one. And I think I've already gotten it. Yeah. Okay, well, my instincts were good. Now, I swore I saw a deep brine out here. Guess not. Okay, well, we checked that off the list again, I think. Right? There's the one back there. I have no idea where another one could be. Over here. Right? Like, it would be up here, then. Like, I can go all the way up to the top, and we can double check. Doot. Because we're kind of reaching the end of this episode. I don't want to stop looking, y'all. I don't want to stop looking. It's one of those things where I want to keep looking. I don't know how y'all feel about me doing the same thing, especially if I end up doing it for multiple episodes. Like, part of me's thinking, oh! Oh! Yes! Yeah! Look at that! Look at that. I was sitting here. I was like, you know what? Up here, they could have done that thing where they snuck it in to like the bushes. I was literally about to say it. You could hear me going. I was like, you know, and then boom. Boom, baby. We got it. Heck yes. Small boulder the size of a large boulder. Okay, 14 to 14. Boom. We did it on our own. We did it on our own. Right at the end of the episode. Right at the end of the episode. Y'all, come on now. Come on now. You got to be proud of the ADHD boy. He did it today. It came through. Okay. All of them here. All of them here. Awesome. Part of me thinks that, like, that should be the decider. Like, now that we have found all of the Gordos and all of the treasure pods in this area, now is when we're like, okay, now we decorate, right? This area, we've cleared everything out of, other than like we need to get resources from time to time. You know, I could make another refinery link over here or something, and that helps with that. But like decorating it out with all the different trees and flowers and things like that, I think that'd be something nice for us to just, you know, add one or two every now and then. Y'all are already hungry? I need drones, and I need them badly. Here, you can have that real quick. Let's get some feeding going on. Okay, though, y'all. We did that. We got a bunch of jellystone and stuff, so next episode we can build some things. Next episode we will also probably head over to Starlight Strand or Amber Valley. I haven't decided yet. Maybe we'll do Starlight Strand. Starlight Strand's the one I feel the most... I have the most issues with, like finding things and everything. Ember Valley, I feel like I've got a good idea of the lay of the land, at least. We're still going to have a lot of time spent searching for things. But it'll be, again, we'll do it in like quadrants where it's like, oh, we'll go here. I say quadrants. It's more like zones because it's like 1 zone, 2 zone, 3 zone. You can call this 3.5. 4, we'll call that whole thing 4. 5, I'd call this 6. And then this whole big thing is 7. You could maybe say 8, 9, 10. It's basically 10 zones, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and then 10 if you split it. So yeah, there's basically 10 zones. We'll break them all down. We'll go through those. And then so we'll do that. We'll do Ember Valley next time maybe because it might be easier. And then Starlight Strand might be the one that we leave for last. And then, yeah, then we start decorating, I think. Okay, I'm going to give these guys food, but real quick, let me go check that pulse thing. I could have sworn I had it. I could have sworn. What do you cost, Pulsar? I didn't have it, and now I do. Cool. Hey, there we go. Finally. Okay, that's right. I was waiting on honey. I didn't have honey before. Oh, and now I need it for more jetpack. We did find the drive, though. Okay, so we can upgrade our jetpack again, too. Look at that. We still need to find power cores. It looks like 2 of them. And we need to find 2 tank liners and 2 heart things. Otherwise, we're good. Warp tech, obviously, you know, we're working on more of those. Cool. Well, let's turn this away. I'm going to go ahead and start feeding my slimes, but let's do the what's the opposite of a preamble? Post-amble? We're gonna do the little outro. Okay, y'all. Well, thank you so much for being here. I had a lot of fun. We got all the treasure pods. We didn't have to look them up. I'll call that a win for me. Also, no problem if you looked them up. Do not feel bad. Play games how you want to. There's nothing wrong with making a game like super easy for you or bringing it down to a level of challenge that you feel like is appropriate for where you're at. Either way, you know, if you just want a relaxed experience or you want to give yourself some time to adjust to a game or whatever, there's no shame, okay? No shame in looking things up, playing on your own, doing your own thing, whatever way you do it. Nothing wrong with that because all games should be played exactly how you want to play them and no one else should tell you how to play them. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, of course, please like the video. Write a comment down below. This time we're gonna say, oh gosh, I don't know what to say. We're gonna say... We did it! We're just gonna say, we did it, Bryce, we did it! Okay? Because I'm just too hyped to come up with another secret comment right now. But yeah, cool. All Gordos. Area 1 clear of treasure pods. Chicken level medium. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, y'all, also, you comment down below, subscribe if you're not already. Go check out another one of my videos if you so feel, because that's kind of the thing that helps the most with the algorithm. But beyond all that, most importantly, y'all, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I have been Price, and I will see y'all next time. Give me applause!